All right, what's going on, everyone? Dylan Starboy is here, and today's topic in sales is going to debunk this myth about sales being a bad thing, guys. So this is crucial, this is important, and I want to cover this topic because if you are wanting to be an entrepreneur, if you are trying to start a business, if you are trying to make money, if you are trying to escape the 9-to-5 grind, you have to know sales. But when people think of the word sales, what comes to mind, right? Smooth talker, car salesman. You know, everyone thinks of sales as this bad thing. And what you don't realize is you're in sales every single day of your life. And once you understand this, everything becomes easier because you can actually be good at sales without being salesy. Right? That's what it's all about. It's one thing that I'm also really good at. And so what do I mean by that? Think about this, okay? You know, ladies, you go and you get your nails done, you get your hair done, and then you're super excited, right? And you want to go and you want to tell your friends, you want to show it off, you know, maybe you have a recommendation of whoever did your hair, a recommendation of whoever just did your nails. And you go and you tell them like, oh my gosh, look at this and check it out. Guess what you just did? You just sold your friend on why they should go to that hair or nail salon. The only difference is you didn't get paid a commission or anything to be able to do so. So, and the issue with this is if you don't have the drive or desire to learn sales, and if you really think in your mind that sales is a bad thing, you have a 0% chance of ever being successful. Like zero. Okay, you have to get this out of your mentality because if you ever want to make money and you want to get away from the 9-to-5, you want to become an entrepreneur, you want to have a business. Guys, just because you go and you set up an LLC or you set up a business entity, that does not mean that you have a business, right? The only way that you have a business is if you are generating sales. And my goal, my dream, I have a dream, right? My goal and dream is to have a society to where sales isn't viewed as this crazy bad thing. In fact, my girlfriend's 9-year-old son actually came to me. He saw how much money I was making. And he's like, when I grow up, I don't want to go to college. Like, I want to grow up and be a salesman. So proud. So proud. But yes, so even as a 9-year-old, he understands the value of being in sales because like it or not, guys, people that are in sales, right? People that think sales are bad, but people that are in sales are the wealthiest human beings on the planet. Did you know salesmen actually make more than doctors, more than lawyers? That's right. Think about the greatest salesman of all time, Steve Jobs, Apple. Steve Jobs was an amazing salesman, and he did it without being salesy, with no sales tactic. You don't even think about a car salesman when you think of Steve Jobs, or the great Bill Gates, or the great Warren Buffett. All of them are masters at sales. They have to sell their ideas from the stage, right? And speaking, and behind the scenes, the handshakes, the negotiations, the deals, the agreements, right? Sales is mandatory. You have to know how to master it. So I want to give you guys the top 3 tips for being able to be great at sales without having the fear about it so that you can be successful, okay, without being salesy. So we can go ahead and demyth this, this crap from the get-go. And so tip number 1, when you're trying to sell somebody, you just want to deliver value, okay? That's it. All sales is just delivering value, right? Let me give you an example. My best friend texted me back when Thor Ragnarok came out in theaters. He didn't even realize that he was selling me. And he says, dude, the new Thor movie, best of all time, you have to see it. And I'm reading, I'm like, holy crap. That's all he had to say. He sold me on wanting to go see Thor. He just told me it was the best ever. You have to go see it, right? He was just giving me value, telling me how amazing it was, right? So that's the first step. And that's all sales is just giving value, okay? And number 2, you want to always create win-win situations, okay? That's it. That's the tip. Sales is just win-win situations, okay? So when you think of bad salesmen, when you think of sales being this bad thing, or you have this dreading thought of like, oh my gosh, my child just told me they want to grow up and they want to be a salesman. It's so horrible. Realize that persona that has been created of salesmen is for people that only create win situations for themselves. They don't create win-win situations. So you want to be like, how can I create a win situation for me and a win situation for my prospect or my client or my customer, right? After giving them value. So deliver value. How can we create a win-win situation so when we do an exchange for a sell, it's going to benefit both of us, right? So that's tip number 2, to be able to sell without being salesy. And the final tip when it comes to sales, okay, is it's okay if somebody isn't interested, okay? That's it. Your goal is just you want someone to be able to say yes, or you want someone to be able to say no. And it's okay if they say no. And I like to tell people this. Look, if there's something that you don't think is going to benefit you, it's okay if you want to say no. But I would rather somebody tell me no than tell me maybe or let me think about it, okay? So give value, create a win-win situation, and realize it's okay if somebody says no. Because when it comes to sales, right, even if it was a salon, guys, there's only certain people. If you come to me and you want to give me a recommendation to get my nails done, I have no interest in that. I'm a guy. So odds are I'm going to say no. If you guys have not checked out our podcast yet, it is the Knowledge Boner Experience. I will put a link below. We just posted episode 102. And if you're wondering what the hell is a Knowledge Boner Experience, Knowledge Boner Experience is all about giving you those aha moments where things click in your brain, right? Maybe you're looking at something and then you realize you've been learning it and someone shows you a different way, then all of a sudden you get it. That light bulb goes off in your brain. You're like, holy crap, like I get it. Aha, it makes sense. That's because you just experienced a knowledge boner. That's what the Knowledge Boner Experience podcast is all about. So make sure you check that out. And if you like this, subscribe to the channel, guys. I'm going to be coming out with way more content. I'm going to be doing awesome interviews with other influencers and stuff that are coming onto our podcast to be able to deliver value to this channel as well. Give you guys any types of tips when it comes to getting leads, to closing and making sales. That's what it's all about. Leads, closing, sales. You master the fundamentals of that, you are guaranteed to be successful as an entrepreneur, successful in business, or just successful in general when it comes to making money. Those are the fundamentals and those are the only things that matter, guys. So I will catch you guys in the next video.